Hey everyone, it's Haley Denson, your East Idaho realtor, and we got quite a bit of snow last night. We woke up to about 4 new inches, and I haven't done a video where I showed you what it's like to get around town when we have this much snow. A little bit overcast day. It is about 30 degrees, so it doesn't feel bad at all, but we're gonna go run some errands and see just what it feels like to get around town before the roads are plowed and what it looks like after we've gotten quite a bit of snow. So let's go. Neighborhood in Ammon, and as you can see, we're kind of going down the main road here, a little slushy, and then we're going to turn down one of the streets that hasn't been plowed yet. So as you can see, a little slushy, a little wet, and then as we come into the neighborhood, so these will be the last streets to be plowed, and this is the condition of the roads. Like I said, my car says it's about 34 degrees, so the snow is getting slushy and wet, a little bit hard to drive in. Some people have plowed their driveways and sidewalks, some people haven't. So this is the amount of snow we have this morning. So I got out of my car for just a second just to kind of show you the conditions of the roads. I'm going to flip the camera, but we have some like melting going on. We have some people out shoveling their walks. So when we get a lot of snow like this and then it melts, it does get pretty mucky and kind of yucky. So let me flip the camera and just show you what we're dealing with. Say if you were like out on your walk today. Okay, so say you've woken up and you're trying to get your exercise and you're trying to go on a walk. I'm in the street right now, but here's the sidewalk. Some people have cleared their area out. This is about how much snow we have. And then we have a little drift here. Woo! Yeah, and that's just mucky and kind of gross. So here you have it. The trees look pretty. The snow is nice and white. It's not cold. Stuff is starting to melt. I can hear raindrops coming off of people's houses. But there you have it, the morning after getting about 4 inches, I would say. So if you're someone who has to get outside and has to walk your dog, you need to get outside every day for your mental health or for your physical health. You can do it here. You just need some good shoes. You need to prepare. You need to have good gear on. But like I said, today doesn't feel bad. We had a week where we were in about the -10 extreme temperatures. I wasn't doing my walk outside that week, just doing other things. But you can still get outside if you make sure to prepare and dress accordingly. But there you have it. Now we're gonna go out on one of the main roads. I have some errands to run, post office, get gas and stuff like that. So we will show you what it looks like out on Sunnyside and around Ammon. toward the hills. It is about 11 a.m. and everything is pretty much melted. I will say when I took my kids to school this morning, a little bit more compacted snow and a lot of traffic, because if you live up on the hill in Camora Loma or some of those neighborhoods that I've talked about on here before, your roads up there are going to be pretty sketchy. This morning we got an email saying that the bus that buses those kids from way up on the hill had to meet at the bottom of the hill at a church. So you as the parent were responsible for getting your kid down to kind of a temporary bus stop. So that delayed things a little bit this morning. Something to keep in mind, the homes on the hill are beautiful, amazing views, but when it snows, a little bit more complicated, a little bit worse roads up there on the hill. So I'm standing on the corner of Sunnyside and Hit Road. This is a little gas station that has a post office in it that I come deliver or return all my packages to. So this is a busier area. There's Kohl's right here. I'm gonna flip the camera and show you kind of how we pile up the snow here, how we get around when we're doing our shopping and errands. So let me show you. Okay, so first of all, here is a view of the corner of Sunnyside and Ammon, the traffic. If we were to head east here on this road, that's when you're gonna hit Dutch Bros, Starbucks, the high school is there. I am just walking in the parking lot towards Kohl's. I have shown this in a previous video last year. This little shopping area. This is what we're looking at in terms of the roads right now. I'm going to show you some of the big snow piles. Okay, now I've walked in front of Kohl's. As you can see, everything on their sidewalk is cleared off. Parking lot is clear, and here we have one of our giant snow piles where we store everything. So we plow it out. Here's a big snow pile. You can see two big snow piles there, some of it there. So it all kind of gets moved around until it slowly melts over time. But as you can see, everyone's out and about. It's not like we stay home when it snows. You can hear that obviously it's really, really melted. But this is one of our bigger shopping areas. I have shown it before. Shoe carnival there, a music store. Flip and Twist is a great gymnastics place for the kids. And right there is the new Ammon Library, a great small little library. Bank here. Behind here you'll have the Chick-fil-A. So this is one of our busier, more popular areas. Across the street there you see Wingstop, Jimmy John's, really cute little boutique clothing store. So we'll drive down. This is Hit Road here that goes north and south, comes down here to the corner to Sunnyside that goes east and west. So now we'll go show you some more. Okay, so now that I have dropped off my packages at the little UPS store, Kohl's is also one of the places that does the Amazon return. So if you're an Amazon shopper, there's the two places you're gonna return all of your packages. But we'll head up Hit Road now. That's kind of our main north and south road. Show you the traffic, what it's like to drive in the snow on a slushy kind of yucky morning like this. Head to the bank next. So it's just kind of showing you how I do my errands and what I have to deal with when it's snowy. And one of those things you have to deal with is walking through this slushy crap. So as soon as I have a moment to cross, now here's the telling sign. I never wear boots. I'm always in some sort of like slip-on. It's how you'll tell if someone's in Idaho and if they're just walking around in Birkenstocks or Uggs. doing their errands and getting their socks all wet. Okay, so now we have driven up Pitt Road, turned on 17th Street, turned on Channing, and now we're standing in the mall parking lot. So this is a Grand Teton Mall. It's a small mall. We just recently got this Dick's Sporting Goods a few years ago, and actually they have converted a portion of our mall into a charter school. It's called Alturas Charter School. So here we are in the mall parking lot, and here is one of our giant piles of snow where they've cleared the parking lot. I'll flip the camera and show you. Channing Way has quite a few businesses, one of my very favorite restaurants. And then if you continue south on Channing Way is where you're gonna hit the medical complexes. So your hospitals, quite a few of our clinics, doctor's offices, etc. So I will show you that now. Okay, so what we're looking at is Channing Way. Back here, this little blue building is the Dollar Theater, one of our very favorite places to go to the movies. Tickets are still just $3. Headed south down Channing Way. Some of the equipment's in the way, but right behind this, I don't know what that's called, is Abracadabra, is one of my very favorite restaurants to eat breakfast. It's amazing. And then if you continue down Channing Way is where you will find the hospitals. And so here we are, like I said, Alturas Charter School, and then one of the entrances to our very beautiful and fancy mall. We don't have very many stores. We have an Old Navy, J.C. Penney. There's an arcade in there, nothing fancy. There you have it. All right, I'm just finishing up my errands this morning. Things to keep in mind about driving in the snow. I am in like a little Kia sedan. You saw the roads, they are just kind of slushy. So depending on the day, you know, I'll drive my Tahoe, but I prefer to just drive a little runaround car. And most of the time, unless I'm driving in like an active storm where they haven't gotten to the roads yet, most of the time I'm totally fine. Another thing to keep in mind is most of the errands here are really close together. Like I just drove maybe a radius of like 2 miles and hit, you know, 3 of my errands. So you don't have to travel far distances to get a lot of things done here, especially if you live in Ammon. Now, if you lived on the west side, you'd have to get over here to do all of these errands, which is about a 15-minute drive. Probably on Sunnyside is what you would take just to get from west over here to the east side. So keep that in mind when you're considering the winters. Like I said, it's also 33 degrees today. Doesn't feel too horrible, but we do get those moments of really cold, really cold days. The wind also isn't blowing today. So all in all, it's a pleasant day. Like I would have walked outside today. Stuff's starting to melt and get really slushy. My son wore Crocs to school today. That's a whole other thing. He refuses to wear snow boots to school, but they'll go out to recess and just business as usual. So that's kind of what it's like to get around. Thanks so much for watching and driving around Ammon today, the day after a snowstorm. If you are considering a move to Idaho Falls or Ammon, please don't hesitate to call me, text me, send me an email. I'm getting more and more people who are interested in relocating their family into Ammon or Idaho Falls, and I love meeting you guys and showing you home. So if that is you, please don't hesitate to reach out. As always, if you are looking for a home, I hope to be the realtor that can help you find the perfect place for you and your family. Until next time, thanks again for watching.